Okay, so this is just a quick video about how you can use CheatsheetPro to enable your students' independent learning as they head into the end of year, Year 12 exam. So I've logged into CheatSheet. You'll be sending through your students the PIN and asking that they use that PIN to access CheatSheet, which will get them to this page here. So I'm going to go through the instance that we're learning design elements for the moment, but the same principles apply for any of the other design terms and design groups. So to get to elements, we're going to click on this little orange box here, and you can see this is almost a to-do list for the exam. You can almost just go through this list one by one and just tick them off. But we're going to start with design elements here. So there's your design elements. It's just highlighted it there for you. What you're going to ask them to do is start just by clicking on the information. So have a bit of a click through, just familiarize themselves. It only takes a couple of minutes. There's not a lot of information. Read the examples and kind of see what the difference between, say, texture and point is and where they overlap. And then you're going to get out of that. And now it's a case of doing some activities which are going to help with recollection. So remembering those design elements on the exam day. So really great way to do that is just these little quick games. So we'll start with a sorting game. So just timing yourself and just flicking through what is the design element versus a design principle. Really great little game. A lot of students should be very familiar with this, but you want to really have that set in your brain so that you're not wasting any of that cognitive load trying to recall on the day, that you just know those design elements and design principles off by heart. Once you've done that, maybe play another game, a keyword game. This is literally remembering those design elements. So let's go out. Point, line, shape, form, tone, texture, color. Color, texture, there we go, and then type. And just doing those, as I said, like that took less than 10 seconds, but just a really great way to kind of gamify that memorizing process. All right, so the next thing they're going to want to do is consider clicking on some of these downloadable resources. Things like describing aesthetic qualities. Really great download that students can print out and stick on their wall and just read the difference between subtle and bold and these really great describing words that just add that layer of depth to their sentences, particularly in that section A. After doing that, they can watch a bit of a video as well. So yeah, nice little sort of quick video which just guides them through those design elements. There's some really nice describing words and language used in that video. But then consider going over to this worked example. Now, this is what a exam style question is going to look like. We've got these two design elements. You've got 6 marks, discussing the function. And this worked example, just you can have a look at that visual image and you can see what a really great, strong opening sentence is and what it includes, and then how to bring in that evidence to support the contention of that opening sentence. So really great to just go through that worked example and just click around and just have a read of what makes for a really strong exam response for this specific type of question. And then I encourage right at the end to go into this exam training question. We've got a really nice 6-mark question here, the functions of 2 elements, and get them to have a bit of a go. See if they can get 6 out of 6 marks. So if they were to type in shape and color has been used, you can check that they can check their answer just by clicking that little button, and they'll be able to see that an answer like this will only really get them 2 marks. We'll get them identifying that first element, the second element. They'll get the marks for that, but there'll be no real quality of discussion. So that's when they can add to that the geometric abstract shapes depicting the dog, support the branding and communicate a playful and fun dog loving product. And then they can kind of see whether that is enough to kind of bolster their marks. So you can see their marks have jumped a bit, but of course it will point out that they've missed the function of color, and yeah, really use that as an opportunity to get that feedback and really understand where those marks come from come exam time. So that's it. That's how you would use cheat sheet. As I said, you would continue along. You'd do the same for the principles, and then the Gestalt principles, and then the conceptions and the fields. So you would just basically go through this list and do all of those tasks. You can throw hours at this, but even just spending half an hour just clicking through might just make the difference between a B and an A. So yeah, I encourage you to send that pin to your students in these last couple of weeks, and hopefully this will help facilitate some of that independent learning.